Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Roman Reigns has been absent from WWE television since his loss at the Crown Jewel Perth Premium Live event against Bronson Reed. After the USOs made the mistake of running out to save him from the Bronze ambush. Since then, fans have been eagerly waiting for the OTC's comeback. The Stamford-based promotion has been visibly assembling a saga within the OG bloodline, where Jey Uso has been trying to follow Reigns' advice by only focusing on himself. Meanwhile, Jimmy Uso still wants to operate like the USOs did, with each having the other's back. The change in the mindset has caused issues between the twins, with Big Jim telling his twin that he sounds like the OTC and has changed. Tonight's WWE Raw saw tensions brewing further as Jey eliminated Jimmy to punch his ticket to SNME in a shocking twist. The original tribal chief may return on the upcoming episode of the Red Brand, and he could punish Big Jim for one reason: distracting Jey from his goal. The leader of the OG bloodline could manipulate main event USO to the extent that his twin gets jealous of his singles success, which may raise more tensions in the ongoing arch. Moreover, Reigns could also blame Jimmy for his actions at WWE Crown Jewel, accusing him of being the one who forced a former World Heavyweight Champion to rush in during his bout. This all may lead to a major bloodline storyline moving forward. That said, the angle proposed above is speculative, and nothing is confirmed. Jey Uso could reclaim the big prize in WWE. The Yeet Master used his veteran in-ring experience and won the Battle Royal on the latest episode of the flagship show to determine CM Punk's challenger for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. Now, it is official that Jey will be locking horns with the best in the world in a singles match at Saturday night's main event for the title on November 1. Fans will be eagerly anticipating an epic battle and looking forward to seeing who will capture the world title and replace Rollins as the Red Brand's champion. Only time will tell. For months, the WWE Universe has waited for the inevitable, the moment when the tribal chief Roman Reigns returns to reclaim his throne, set order within the bloodline, and punish those who disrespected him. Now, after everything that's unfolded since his absence, it seems that time is fast approaching. Reports and subtle storyline clues suggest that Roman Reigns could return to WWE Raw soon, and his first act might be to punish his own cousin, Jimmy Uso, for one major reason: betrayal disguised as loyalty. The bloodline in chaos when Roman Reigns stepped away from WWE television after SummerSlam. The bloodline began to crumble from within. Solo Sikoa took charge, but his reign of intimidation was marked by growing recklessness. Instead of maintaining the order that Roman had built, Solo's leadership became increasingly chaotic, fueled by blind rage and misplaced loyalty. And right in the middle of that chaos was Jimmy Uso. Once Jimmy claimed that his actions were meant to protect Roman, that he turned on his twin brother Jey to keep the bloodline strong. But since then, Jimmy's motives have become murky. Week after week, he has made decisions that served his own ego rather than the family's legacy. Whether it was costing Jey his shot at the title or interfering in matches that didn't concern him, Jimmy has acted like the self-appointed gatekeeper of the bloodline without Roman's approval. That's the first and biggest reason the tribal chief is reportedly set to return. To make Jimmy answer for his deception, Roman Reigns never needed saving. Bloodline story has always been about power, control, and respect. Roman Reigns built his empire on those values, demanding that everyone, family or not, acknowledge him. Jimmy Uso's claim that he attacked Jey to save Roman from himself was, in a Roman's eyes, pure blasphemy. Roman never needed saving. He was the one doing the saving for the family, for the legacy, and for their bloodline's dominance. Jimmy's decision to play hero fractured everything that Roman spent years building. Now that the cracks have widened and the Bloodline's reputation is being questioned on both Raw and SmackDown, Roman reportedly feels he has no choice but to return and punish Jimmy for overstepping his boundaries, Solo Sikoa's new direction, a betrayal to the tribal chief. Another key reason behind Roman's impending return is the alarming transformation of Solo Sikoa. While Solo was once Reigns' silent enforcer, he has now become a wild card, surrounding himself with ruthless newcomers and making decisions that even Paul Heyman seems uncomfortable with. In recent weeks, Solo has hinted at becoming the new tribal chief, and Jimmy Uso has been the one feeding that dangerous narrative. Jimmy's alliance with Solo has raised major questions. Is he truly loyal to Roman, or is he manipulating Solo to secure his own position in the Bloodline's future? If there's one thing Roman Reigns despises more than betrayal, it's ambition disguised as loyalty. The head of the table has always been the puppet master, never the puppet. Jimmy's whispering in Solo's ear, encouraging him to act independently, has reportedly reached Roman's attention. When Roman comes back, he won't just confront Solo, he'll punish Jimmy for steering his enforcer off course. The major reason: Jimmy disrespected the tribal code for Roman Reigns. The foundation of the Bloodline isn't just dominance or family ties, it's the tribal code. It's about hierarchy, loyalty, and respect. Every member must know their role. Jimmy's biggest crime isn't that he attacked Jey or aligned with Solo, it's that he violated that sacred code. He made decisions without the tribal chief's blessing. He took the spotlight when he should have stood in the shadows. He spoke for the Bloodline, without permission. That's the major reason why Roman's wrath is reportedly coming for him on Raw in Reigns' mind. Jimmy's actions represent the ultimate disrespect, trying to be a leader when there can only be one. To Roman, Jimmy's arrogance is unforgivable. And Raw could be the stage where the head of the table reclaims his authority in brutal fashion. Paul Heyman's cryptic warnings. Paul Heyman's recent backstage interviews have added more fuel to the fire. The wise man, who has been visibly nervous around Solo and Jimmy, recently muttered that the true tribal chief always returns when the time is right. Heyman's demeanor, shaky hands, darting eyes, and cautious tone has led many fans to believe he knows Roman's return is imminent. Heyman's fear isn't of Solo or Jimmy, it's of Roman's reaction. The longer the chaos goes on, the more destructive Roman's punishment will be. Heyman's subtle glances to the camera during recent segments almost feel like coded messages to the WWE Universe. Brace yourselves, the storm is coming. The Raw setup. A public humiliation. Sources within WWE's storyline team reportedly indicate that Roman Reigns could make his grand return on Raw in a shocking segment involving Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. The rumor suggests that Jimmy will boast about being the real Bloodline leader, prompting Heyman to interrupt, visibly nervous, and utter the words, "You're speaking out of turn, my tribal chief." That's when the arena could go dark. The heartbeat sound echoes through the speakers, and the familiar notes of head of the table hit. The crowd would explode. Solo would freeze, and Jimmy's smirk would fade. Roman's entrance would be slow, deliberate, and dripping with fury. Every step toward Jimmy would symbolize the end of his cousin's free ride. The confrontation wouldn't be just about dominance, it would be a lesson in humility. Roman might not attack Jimmy immediately. Instead, he could demand that Jimmy publicly acknowledge him once again. And when Jimmy hesitates, Roman's rage could explode: a Superman punch, a spear, and a declaration. "You forgot who you're talking to." That's the kind of storytelling Raw needs right now, and the kind of segment that would re-establish Roman's power across both brands. What comes next for the Bloodline Romans? Return doesn't just spell doom for Jimmy. It signals a major new direction for the Bloodline saga. with Solo Sikoa likely to face consequences for his growing ego, and Jimmy at risk of being exiled. The faction could split into two sides, the loyal bloodline under Roman and the rebellious bloodline under Solo. Such a power struggle could lead to a massive Survivor Series clash, or even set the stage for WrestleMania season, where Roman Reigns might have to defend not just his title, but his tribal throne itself. Jimmy Uso's punishment could be the spark that reignites WWE's most dominant storyline, and fans can expect it to be personal, emotional, and unforgettable. Roman Reigns' return has always been about timing, and now, with the bloodline in shambles, that time feels closer than ever. Jimmy Uso's betrayal under the guise of protection, his manipulation of Solo Sikoa, and his blatant disrespect of the tribal code have given Roman every reason to return with vengeance. The major reason behind his return is clear. Jimmy forgot who the true leader is when the tribal chief finally steps back into the ring on WWE Raw. It won't just be a comeback, it will be a reckoning. Roman Reigns will punish Jimmy Uso not just for what he's done, but for what he dared to become, a pretender to the throne. And when it's all said and done, one message will echo through the arena and across the entire WWE universe: acknowledge me,